How many of you think they gonna win with this white boy? Come on.
11.
Oh God, I'm running down the street. Oh my!
And listen, look at, hey Solo, look at my face.
Oh!
Look at my face when I say that. Look at me
Yeah,
when I say that. I want you to see
God.
the confidence in my face. We're gonna win 11 games, bro.
Did you get a
Look at the
blood
schedule.
infusion from the Dallas Cowboys? There's no goddamn way that
Look at the schedule.
boy gonna quit on you on the 5th game. I promise you that. I'll
Look
take
at-
your ass out to eat. If they win more than 8 games. 8 games, Angelo. 8 games. Angelo, I do free shows for you. 8 games. If them boys win more than 8 games.
And it's recorded. It's recorded, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, I got him on record, man. And
Okay.
so I got the free shows lined up for you, bro. Matter of fact,
I don't think they're gonna win 8 games. I don't even think they're gonna win 8 games. I think Rodgers gonna get hurt or something. He gonna claim something else and run up out of there. I don't think he can even play football no more. I've seen this. I was for him when he was with the Jets. I was for him when he was with Green Bay.
Why?
I thought he had.
Why were you for him with the Jets? Why were you for him with the Jets?
He stunk up the place.
No. Why were you for him when he's with the Jets?
Because I was a Rodgers fan until I found out Rodgers is full of shit. That's the truth. He can't
I ain't been fucking with Aaron Rodgers since. I ain't been fucking with Aaron Rodgers since the discount double check. I ain't been fucking with Aaron Rodgers since AJ Hawk was their leading linebacker.
Damn.
But to say that he will be the best thing to happen to the Pittsburgh Steelers since he was doing State Farm commercials is the craziest shit I thought I would hear. This nigga just said, without saying, that Aaron Rodgers, 5 years post his prime, will be the best addition to the Pittsburgh Steelers roster at quarterback since Ben Roethlisberger retired. That's what that man just said.
Please, Ron. Please, man.
I don't know if y'all do. I don't know if y'all do math like how I do math, goddammit. But he said 5 years. And 5 years ago, Big Raper Man Ben was their goddamn quarterback.
Yeah. To hit a nigga quick, Ben. I can't ride my motorcycle, Ben.
Hold on.
He was the best to me.
For the record,
he was one of the best.
He was never charged with anything. So y'all keep talking about my quarterback. He was never charged with anything.
Kind of fan.
Just for the record.
We doing that.
Let me tell you something. See, I'm a Cowboy super fan, but I know Michael was doing that cocaine. I know Mike was doing that cocaine. You can't tell me Irvin wasn't hitting that powder. I know it to be true. I know he is the greatest. I also know he did great powder. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know Emmitt Smith is the greatest running back on record. I also know had it not been for Barry retiring, Emmitt wouldn't hold that record. See, I'm an honest person. You know what I'm saying? There's just certain irrefutable facts. And the fact of the matter is that big old white man is reported to allegedly like to take coochie. Not once, but twice. They came out and they said so. I know they don't lie on you twice. I know people lie on you, but they don't lie on you twice. I know that.
So let me ask you entertainers something. You guys are entertainers.
That's good.
When a female goes into a male bathroom in a club, what is she? Is she coming in there just to have a conversation with you in the male bathroom?
First of all,
not in my case.
Are we in Atlanta when this is happening? Because
not in my case.
I'm just saying. I'm just curious. As an entertainer, I'm not an entertainer. You know what I mean? But if a female goes into a male bathroom and meets you in the stall at a club, what is she there for?
My take on this one isn't going to be a popular one. All right.
Yeah, my take on this ain't gonna be popular at all. It's really gonna. It might surprise y'all what my take on this is.
Okay, my take is gonna be a very, very calculated approach. My take is in the Diddy era, in the era that we living in now, you gotta expect that the reason she in there is to get paid based off of what is gonna happen, depending on how you move about in that moment. Like that to me feels like a setup. So I wouldn't even want to be in that situation. And if I'm Ben Roethlisberger, especially Big Ben, head of the Pittsburgh Steelers, who can get any coaching out there willingly, like literally, why do I need to be in the bathroom with it? I need to exit stage right immediately. Not to be in that situation at all, because I know what it could mean. And I'm a whole married man. I'm a whole married man. Am I right?
He wasn't married at the time. He wasn't married at the time.
He wasn't married. He wasn't married at the time. I'm not gonna accuse him of adultery.
What
Yeah. Ben was just wilding out just like everybody else.
Hold on. What kind of punk answer is that? Any man in the bathroom when a woman come in there, I don't give a damn how much pussy you done got. You gonna get that pussy too.
You out your goddamn mind, Bo.
Okay, so now let me give y'all the answer that's not gonna get us fucking canceled. Let me tell you niggas the truth.
No. Let me say this again.
Go ahead.
There's a difference between how you treat women right now, when your bank account where it's at right now, and when it is when it's at where Ben's was when this happened. And I think that you got to consider things a lot differently when you on Front Street like that. It is 100% true. That's how I feel. Like if you are a target, you got to look at everybody like they targeting you. That's just the way I feel. Like I wouldn't want to step
target. He gets the pussy. What is targeting? He gets the pussy. What the hell you talking
about? Millions. I'm sorry.
Hold on, but like they got people out there that hey, he got millions. Go get it. No, you get the pussy.
Yes.
Get the pussy.
But see, here's the thing that's gonna mess a whole lot of y'all up. See, I'm a fan of fucking history. I remember in the mid-90s, one Michael Gerard Tyson, at the height of his fucking career, had a young lady come to his hotel room at 2:00 in the morning. No, she did not come over there to read Bible and play Uno. But I also learned a valuable lesson that even if she came over there to bring you some coochie, when she through giving you some coochie, you got to be through receiving it. Otherwise, they will lock your motherfucking ass up. They locked that man up for the very same thing we talking about being allegedly did, that hard R, strong felony. So if a man that was testified, they both testified that he ate her coochie for 30 minutes?
Damn, that's a lot
and then they proceeded to have sex. That was in the transcripts. They both testified to this in the court of law. She came over. It was 2:00 in the morning. She took her clothes off. She got butt fucking naked. She jumped in the bed. I ate that coochie. And then after I ate that coochie, we began to have sex. Now, right in the middle is where they stories are contended. Because niggas think you showed up over here, you got naked, you got in the bed, I ate your coochie, we began having sex. How can you say that I took anything from you? And the law says that a woman can change her mind in the middle of it. So yeah, she might have came off in the bathroom to give you some coochie, or to holler at you, or to set the play up. Like a nigga like me, I don't want no coochie in no public bathroom, because that's just disgusting.
That's disgusting.
It's nasty in there.
It's nasty.
I got a whole car outside. I got the Suburban outside. If you are right now, right here type girl, let's go in the car. If I can't go get no hotel room, if we can't go to your crib, you know what I'm saying? If there's no way we can safely do this, I got the truck outside. I got my bodyguard with me.
Look, we getting a little sidetracked.
What say you, Angelo? When your man's what was your man's at one time though, Angelo?
Hold on. Because she might have went up in there like, hey, what's up, Ben? I like it. Let's do something a little bit later on. And he was like, let's do it right now. Wait a minute, Ben. I mean, it's the bathroom. I don't give a fuck. Turn around and give it to me right now. We don't know how the situation went. You know what I'm saying? Once they both was in that bathroom. But what we do know is, anytime a woman say, okay, I'm done, fellas, and this ain't got nothing to do with the Ben situation. This is just a message to men moving forward, particularly entertainers. The Me Too movement, we saw entertainer after entertainer get locked up because consent is something that can never be argued in the court of law. You either had it or you didn't. And moving forward, young boys, especially young black men, I want you to hear me.
Come on.
I don't give a damn if you got to get a signed affidavit. I don't give a damn if you got to cut the camera on and she got to do a video holding up her ID with her eyeballs facing the camera so that you can see that she is sober. You got to get consent.
Consent.
For every act. All the way through.
Free.
And if at any time it feel like she don't want to do this, get off that lady.
Get up.
The fact that you have to have this conversation, it sucks. This is dumb.
Yeah. Well, Angelo, it was long.
And no means no in 2025. But Angelo,
no means hell no.
So let me say,
and the fact that you even talk, you gotta have, like, are we really going the written consent?
I don't think Ben raped that girl at all. I don't think he raped her. That's my personal opinion.
Hey, man, we all men of a certain age. We all men of a certain age. We all come from the one thing led to another. You know, I ain't want to fuck up the vibe. What type of lame ass nigga be like, is it okay if I put this condom on and get some coochie? That shit dead these days.
The point that Black Ron was making originally was that this happened to Mike Tyson, but you know who ain't happened to? It ain't happened to AC Green. It ain't happened to David Robinson. It ain't happened to these clean ass Christian ass niggas that would never go into a bathroom or be caught alone with a woman ever in history, in period, because these niggas is not out there for it. There are certain niggas that are open, and there are certain niggas who like closed to that type of lifestyle. Angelo, what is it that you were saying, homeboy?
So you know, I want to point out real quick. You know, that was a great soliloquy. And what Ron was saying is true. You know what I mean? But what I think people forget.
My nigga said soliloquy. I'm so proud.
We ain't
yeah.
You know it's a bunch of hood niggas in here. You can't tell you ain't good. I'm gonna tell you right now. Let me tell you something right now. Don't say your ass in here. Using these big ass damn words.
Hey, Angelo, fuck them. I know what soliloquy means.
Don't play that.
You took that out of Stephen A. Smith's book.
Yeah, what kind of bullshit?
Okay, wait. So let me define it for the niggas in the room. A soliloquy is normally during a theatrical performance when a character breaks the fourth wall and talks to the audience as opposed to his co-stars in the production. That's a soliloquy. It's a small, short monologue where you opine on a subject deeply and heartfeltly to the audience at large.
Hey, shout out to Angelo. All right. Hey, last week it was diatribe, I think, and this week is politically. We're gonna start doing like daily words. Like, we're gonna have to start like
continue, my brother. But
black men, no big words. Black men, no big words.
Come on,
hey, on my page, I do a word of the day on my social media anyway. That's something I've been doing with my son since he was a youngster. You know what I mean? And it's worked for him because, you know, he's been accepted. You know, his academics is ridiculous. He's number 3 in his old class. But I just want to say that I was just saying this because as we sit here, we're looking at, you know, I think 5 fully grown adults, probably all got kids. Some may have grand, I don't know. But it's easier to make these statements as grown men. But I think sometimes we forget about how we were in our early teens, early 20s, right? Mm-hmm. And to say what we would and wouldn't do now is a lot different than what we would or wouldn't do at 20, 21 years old. Okay. And then you put on top of that, can you imagine your current self, or can you imagine how you would be at 21, 22 years old, 23 years old, and be a multi-millionaire? You know, and I'm not just saying it's about I'm saying it's about how a lot of times we start judging these guys and saying this and that, but we do that as 30, 40, 50-year-old men, but you can't relate to a 20-year-old, 21, 22, 23-year-old who wakes up one day, he got $30 million in the bank. So I can't sit there and tell you what I would do at 21 years old with $30 million because it probably wouldn't be very sane.
I'd have been in jail. I'd have
been locked up with Ron. He had the 30 million. I'd be with Ron every day.
What? What?
Yeah. Bo P, Bo P, I hope you okay. I hope everything's okay with Bo P, y'all. Is Bo P okay?
He turned, and you know, that's actually how Bo P walk around.
Oh, he got a case of old nigga.
Old nigga, you know what I'm saying?
Come help daddy fix the computer.
Yeah, nigga.
I'm gonna put y'all for that for right now, Bo PT, pull it back. But yeah, but the only thing that I think for me is hard because I came up under my mom, Albany, Georgia, Albany State. Don't trust them white, like they out to get you, like type thing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like in my head, it was always like there's going to be points in which you tested. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm always expecting it. So even when the millions come, I'm like, okay, now they really coming out the woodwork, especially now that I've established it. So I just have a different mindset. Yeah. And I think that there's other niggas like me in the NFL and that did make it in sports. And I think that there's other dudes like you speak of that were just cloaked in their youth, right? And were unable to really match the level of their rise to fame with their maturity. And they were not able to think in that moment. Is where I stand now. Maybe I'm an outlier on this panel.
Here's my point to that, and it goes back to what Angelo said. A lot of us in our youth, most of us in our youth are not the same men that we are once we mature. That's what maturity is largely for. The problem that I have is the media, the world. They will make pariahs out of those athletes. Most of which are black that live their lives out loud. Those that hit the club and sleep with tons of women and have several baby mamas and get involved in bar fights and stuff. You know, the Dennis Rodmans all the way down to the Anthony Edwards and Zion Williamsons. You know what I'm saying? The Magic Johnsons, here and there and all the way in between. But then they have these clean-cut image guys that they try to present that have been secretly behind the scenes living a much more deplorable life than the men that they brought out and publicly castrated. And by the time they sins come out, they've already lived their glory and had all they shining moments when a lot of cats miss opportunities or get denied opportunities because they shit was brought out and put on display in their prime. I don't like that. Because what happens is you end up tarnishing your legacy forever. I could much more prefer that your bullshit get brought out in your youth and you're able to atone for it. For example, we all know Mike Vick. We all know the Mike Vick story. Once Mike Vick got out of prison, it was real hard for Mike to get another opportunity in the NFL. He found one with the Philadelphia Eagles. But even after playing all that time, Michael Vick would still get harassed for what he had already served his time and paid back society before. He booked a comedy festival one time in Shreveport. I was on the show. We get there. There's 1,000 people across the street protesting him. This 10 years after the man that got out of prison. So now just imagine if we found out tomorrow that Tom Brady was running an illegal cockfighting ring this whole time.
You mean digger or chicken?
You stupid.
Yo, hey, real quick. I hate the. Oh, go ahead.
I can just say this about in comparison, right? Because what you're saying is correct, and a lot of it has to do with the fact that Ben is white, so we can't gloss over that. You know what I mean? Whether he was guilty or innocent, which none of us in the bathroom, so we don't know, but trust and believe the race played a big part of it, and he came forth with whatever it was to his people. The mistake Michael Vick made was Michael Vick had every opportunity to come clean and stood 10 toes on the lie. Yeah, and that's what buried him, because they were going to help him out the same way. You know, Ben got the right PR people. They set it up. And guess what? The only people who still talk about that Ben story is people like you guys, people like, guys over the Kemper Steelers. That's the first thing I always hear. But
people that remember it in real
you ain't heard a word about it. that jump went dead, bro. You know what I mean? Because that's PR, and that's something they're gonna protect that image as much as they can. That's how it works. Just like right now. When's the last time anybody talked about Justin Tucker?
Oh
Never.
shit!
Hey,
when's the last time you talked about
it? We led with Justin Tuck for a minute, man.
Yeah.
Justin Tuck. My name's Justin Tuck, and I'm here to fuck.
Yeah. But does ESPN talk about it? But yet they talked about Deshaun Watson every single day.
Yeah, they did.
Whenever we spoke about it, and my homeboy Ty, he's normally here. He's normally the one to really hang up on that. It's always with respect to the comparison of how Deshaun Watson was treated versus how Tucker was treated. And the whole notion that it was a hard decision to release Tuck in the first place was also speaking in volumes. But I don't want to stop there.
What about Robert Kraft? What about Robert Kraft, the owner of the Patriots?
Robert Kraft,
that's been squashed under the table.
Say, man, that shit got suppressed so hard that when the Lord called Robert Kraft home, they gonna send that man away like all the other long-standing NFL owners that had infallible social records.
Absolutely.
But
Robert Kraft gave us a understanding of that there is a difference between a billionaire and a millionaire.
Come on, somebody.
There's a difference. You know what I mean?
That boy went to the Jerry Jones school of getting that money.
The billionaire cuts checks for millionaires. So he showed the difference.